Hi, my name is Jillian Byrd.
And my name is Abby Fambrough.
And we are with Timber Creek High School in Keller, Texas, and this is our interactive bulletin board called Inside and Out. Our TEK is 4.B, point A and B, and the students are expected to know the basic structures and the functions of the human body. So they need to know and be able to name the 5 senses. They need to be able to name the major body parts and their functions. And our main target here is kindergartners learning health education. All right, so the middle of our board, probably you're wondering why there's a potato head on our board, but we wanted to include him because it's a character that kids this age are very familiar with, and that'll probably give them a little bit more excitement or more willingness to actually learn the lesson. So we have potato head here, and we have some functions and the body parts included on these laminated papers that you just take off. They're Velcro. And so you can try and keep them surrounded by what body part they're supposed to be with, like the eyes, they're by the eyes, just to kind of like help the kids know, oh, this function goes with this one. So we have ears, nose, hands, mouth, and eyes. And so you're looking at the body parts, they are Velcro as well, so you can take them off. And we did this for this reason because if you want to do for a lesson opener, you can take the arm off and put it with the ear, and when the children walk in, they're wondering, does that look right? And hopefully they will say no, and this is a good time to correct them and tell them, oh, an arm goes here, or an ear does this and goes there. So it's a good time to correct them and get on with the lesson. And then our directions are below there.
The directions are there just to give the kids a very clear explanation of what this aspect of the board is and what they're supposed to do with it, so that it keeps their focus directly on this and not, darting attention over here or darting attention over here. They have one clear assigned task to do before we start the lesson.
And that does include with all the sides of the board, not just the head. And so moving on, we have our 5 senses. This is a major part of our TEK, so we wanted to include it. So we have touch, taste, sound, smell, and sight. Those are the most common 5 senses that you know. And so, example for touch, we have some feathers and some sandpaper. They're obviously very different feeling sensations, so we want the children to know that these are very different sensations, and we want them to know where they're getting that. So we know if you touch the sandpaper, you know you're not tasting it, you're not smelling it, you're touching it, and that's where you are getting that sensation from. And so these are like little experiments that the students can try out and just get a feel for it. And the sight, we just used an eye test like you would at a doctor's office because it's simple, and it's kind of hard to like do something specific for sight rather than like it also being incorporated with like smell. Like you can see a bell. Mm-hmm. But you're also hearing a bell. So we wanted to make it very different from everything else.
And then we have, of course, the directions right here of what they're supposed to do with the 5 senses. And then moving on to this side of our board, we titled it Follow Along. We found a very common song called the 5 Senses Song, and it was performed by the Kaboomers, which are an educational band that perform a bunch of fun little songs to get kids excited about learning. We like this song a lot just because it sort of ties the major body parts and the 5 senses all in one little song. And me personally, I feel like songs are a great way for kids to remember things because it's fun and it's catchy and it's upbeat. The lyrics go like this: I have 2 eyes so that I can see the birds up in the trees, and then I have a nose so I can smell, I have a tongue so I can taste, and I have ears to hear. It just really ties everything of this board into one fun song.
And that is everything we have on our board. Thank you.